Hey guys, welcome back to Food Alley. Today we're back with the New York Eat series. If you haven't seen my vlog of 24 hours eating in New York during Christmas, be sure to check it out on the link above. So here we are back to December 26th, a day after Christmas. We're visiting Koreatown in New York for the very first time. Compared to the one here in LA, New York's Koreatown is significantly smaller in size since it's basically only one block located on West 32nd Street, aka Korea Way. Being small doesn't mean it's any less of a city attraction. The place is bustling with crowds of people enjoying their nights out. There are tons of places to go to, such as bars, shops and cafes, and the amazing scene of food and restaurants. People come here to eat and drink their way into the night. The restaurant we're going to tonight is located in the heart of Koreatown, right here in this multiple-story building featuring more than 100 small businesses on the inside. And they should have sponsored me for this video, maybe in the near future, but even then, I will still be dedicated to making honest food reviews. Speaking of which, this is where our dinner is going to be. This one right here actually took up 2 floors of this building. There was a wait line, but that is something to be expected during the holiday. After about 45 minutes, we had a table for a party. This place specializes in Korean barbecue, so that's what we're gonna get. They also have some of the classic Korean fare such as bibimbap and tofu stew. Everyone at our table was starving because of the wait, but thankfully, we did not have to wait too long before the barbecue got to the table. For the first round of the BBQ Combo, we have marinated short ribs and ribeye steak. Will you just take a look at that marbling on the short ribs? It's just gorgeous. While waiting for the meat to cook, the other dishes also come out at the very right time to save us from hunger. The nice thing about this place is that the server helps you cook the barbecue, which is always a plus. You can focus more on the eating and worrying less about the meat getting burned, which might or might not happen to me every time I go to a Korean barbecue. They also cut up the steak into bite-sized pieces so that it cooks faster. Mixing it up with a grilled onion and we have a perfect combination. For my first bite, I do not want to dip this in any sauce that might potentially distract the flavor of the short rib. So we're just gonna go with a little bit of salt. And that, my friend, that was the bite that took an hour of waiting time. Was it worth it?
How's that? What just melts in your mouth?
Worth every second of it. The short rib is super tender and it melts in your mouth like butter as soon as you take a bite. This is a piece of the ribeye steak. It is a tiny bit thicker compared to the short rib, and you can already see the meat juice is oozing out all over my plate, making this very promising. And once again, just a little bit of salt, no sauce. Since the piece is thicker, it does not melt in your mouth like the short rib did. But that does not mean the quality is not there. The ribeye steak is very fresh and juicy. For entrees, we ordered some beef fried rice. And when you take a closer look, there are also some tiny bits of fried eggs and kimchi. And I strongly recommend this. Even though fried rice is a simple dish, but simple dishes are sometimes the hardest to make. The rice is well seasoned and the grains are all separated. And this is just full of beef flavor. My guess is it was probably fried in beef tallow. Does everyone here enjoy the Korean barbecue with cold noodles? I wasn't a fan to begin with since I don't like the contrast of hot and cold between the two dishes. I think I do get a better hang of it now. I will try the samjang sauce this time, but to be very honest, I do not think these short ribs need any more dipping since they're already marinated. The cold noodles are very refreshing. They're chewy to the bite and just slip right in. We order an extra LA Gabby Plate in case the BBQ Combo is not enough. I kind of forgot about it, so it did get a little bit cold when it got onto my plate, but that's okay. The galbi is well marinated and very tender. Add some hot white rice to the equation and it equals perfection. The waitress changed the grill to bring in the last item of the BBQ Combo, which is the marinated ribeye. So these are essentially the ribeye we had earlier, but they are sliced up thinly and drowned in the marination. Would you look at that sizzling away? We're gonna try the marinated ribeye with some cold noodles as well. The thinly sliced ribeye is just juicy and way more tender compared to the bigger piece. The marinade is just perfect and there's no need for anything extra. We did not order any dessert, but the restaurant did give us some honeydew as complimentary. Alright, now it's time for rating. To be honest, I think the food today was excellent. All the barbecue meat was high quality, the marinade is just right and not overwhelming. All the dishes tonight were up to par. 8.5 out of 10. For the service, this is where this is getting tricky. The lady who waited our table was very attentive. Not only did she cook the barbecue for us, she also worked really hard making sure our table is doing alright. This waitress deserves a 9 out of 10 for service. However, there was another person who came to our table in the beginning and gave us an attitude when we were not ready to order. The fact that we were waiting for almost an hour and none of us has been here before, so we do want to take our time looking at the menu before making an order as a group. One of us did politely ask the waitress to give us another minute on the menu, to which she responded with a look of annoyance. In fact, the majority of the negative reviews on Yelp are about the service, which is so many that it makes the score drop down to 2.7. Now, per our incident, it was not as extreme as those reviews. We did end up with an amazing waitress, therefore, I'll give it a forgiving 7 out of 10. As for the setting, the place is cozy and clean, the seats are comfortable, and if you're lucky, you might get the tables that look down on the West 32nd Street. 8 out of 10. For the value, the price can be a bit steep, but that's just how it is for a restaurant in the heart of Koreatown. 7 out of 10. Which brings us to the final score of 7.6. And there you have it, a restaurant from New York, Koreatown. For the next episode, we'll be visiting Little Italy in Lower Manhattan, where it's not only full of food scene, but also rich in history. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope you guys liked the video. Please let me know down in the comments which restaurant I should try and review next. And until then, I'll see you next time.